Folks, we're just about to start the program, and Lester and I were doing a little chitty chat back and forth. Lester, tell them the question you just asked me. Okay, for those of you that didn't hear, Lester just asked me if his current home phone number, if he should get that unlisted now that the channel's taking off. You have a home phone number? A landline.
What the hell is this?
I speak jive.
Will you stop?
As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly.
They think they got the answers. I change the questions.
You don't like it? We don't care.
What a dumb thing to do. I bet you wouldn't have done anything like this if Mom and Dad were here.
Ladies and gentlemen, episode 6, Colin from Canada. It's Colin from Canada's Good Junk. Welcome to the program. Big things planned today. We're losing a segment. Motto of the episode has been officially dropped here at Colin from Canada's Good Junk. Although corny, possibly funny, it's gone, people. It's gone. All these standards, all the usuals remain. Again, I never have anything planned for the welcome. It's been warm weather here in Mississauga. 12 degrees yesterday. It's now 0 today. That's how we do it. It's right there. It's the pen and the falling down VHS. I meant to do a different VHS each episode, but I conveniently forgot to bring a VHS to the store to place there. So it's falling down second week in a row. Next week, we're going to have a new VHS right there. And I also had 2 residencies. That basically means my parents have owned 2 houses. Reside at the girlfriend's house most recently, but all my possessions and worldly adornments? No! All my collections live at my parents' house. So anywho, getting to the point of this ramble that has quickly gone off the rails, much like the VHS, I was going to bring a poster to hang behind me, but I forgot both the VHS and the poster. In my first residence that my parents owned for the first 20 years of my life, my bedroom was covered in posters. Bands, wrestlers, pretty women. You get the picture. And I took down all those posters to hang at the new house that I was moving into. This story is gripping, I can already tell. I'm moving forward, I'm pushing forward. The posters never went up, so I have all these really cool posters rolled up and sitting in a room with the rest of my board games. So I thought, why not hang one up for each episode? So, starting next week, in place of motto of the episode, because we're going to put that on the back burner for now. Did you like that? The back burner. And we're going to have poster of the week starting next week. Should have started this week, but it didn't. Is this the welcome I'm going to go with in the final cut of the episode? I think so. Guys, welcome. It's time to start the show. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for continuing to watch the madness that unfolds in this room. According to my notes, I am to work the welcome portion of the episode into the intro to the deep cut deep dive. So, here's the deep cut deep dive. It's time for the deep cut deep dive, folks. I was all over the place this week because I couldn't really think of something. I'm really focusing on you guys being able to watch it on YouTube. I think I might have to drop that because, again, not everything is on YouTube. Again, I could focus on the streaming services that most people have. I could pick something off of that, you know. I did the Unsolved Mysteries last week because it's on Pluto, and those are all the free things. I'm going to look on there some more, maybe find something good. This week's is on YouTube. It is a movie called Wrist Cutters, A Love Story. I will repeat that. Wrist Cutters, A Love Story. Basically, it's a 2006 film starring Patrick Fugit. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I think I am. Shannon Sossaman, Shea Wingham. Those are the three main stars. It also has Tom Waits, so you know, Will Arnett, Nick Offerman has a little brief appearance. It is a movie about a afterlife for people who have committed suicide. Patrick Fugit is the main character. He commits suicide after his girlfriend, they break up, and he goes to the afterlife of where you go when you commit suicide. And in that, he meets a cast of characters and finds out that his girlfriend also committed suicide. So the whole movie is him trying to find his ex-girlfriend and the cast of characters he meets along the way. The music's great, the movie's great, has one of my all-time favorite endings to a movie, which I will mention nothing about, just solid, great ending. And it's available on YouTube. I will not include the trailer in the actual video because I get hit with a copyright. That means nothing to me as I have no subscribers, sorry. But eventually, when this becomes a 1 million subscriber channel, they're gonna come down hard on me and we'll lose that footage. So I gotta be careful what I post on here. Start early, learn how it's done, and it'll stay up forever. So I've put the trailer in the description and I've put the movie in the description. And let me know what you think. I love it. So it would probably be a dark comedy. I don't want to say rom-com but it's a dark comedy. Yeah, it's a good movie, trust me. And if you watch anything else I've recommended, you know that I only provide greatness, much like this beard. The program cannot go any further until I... Ow. Damn it. I think it was a bit too much. Did he tell you? He didn't. Okay. I was in the local grocery store. I won't name names. Lawsuit. And Ray was in the cereal aisle. No, he didn't remember me. He didn't remember. No, we met one other time back when you had the one-bedroom apartment and the hot dogs exploded. You remember? He was there. He kept drinking the Orange Crush. Remember? He was belching all the time. Okay, you don't remember. He doesn't remember. I remember. Anyways, we're in the grocery store. It's the cereal aisle, and he just embraces me and holds me for an exorbitantly long time. Okay? Just holding me, not saying a word. Mrs. Woodburn's coming in, trying to get to the Captain Crunch. We're jacking the directional flow of traffic. And he's whispering in my ear, thank you. Okay? And now I let him know then, and I want you to let him know the next time you see him, because it'll be better that you see him and not me. He is very welcome that he appears weekly on this channel. And he will continue to appear weekly on this channel. Just when we're in the cereal aisle, easy with the physical stuff.
I want to ask a few questions. Mrs. Catelli, you said a couple of weeks ago, now I don't want you screaming and hollering at me, but I tape every meeting since the city council started. But you said now that your husband wasn't running for office.
Oh.
But in the newspaper...
My husband, you can call my husband and ask him, okay?
Oh, I talked to your husband.
Yeah, we'll call him and ask him. I have nothing
your
to do
husband said
with his
if
decision.
I wrote... Okay, wait, Mrs. Catelli. If I wrote on his petition that my street could have got plowed...
You're a liar.
I'm not a liar.
Your husband doesn't even know you.
Lester, in all the weeks that we've been working together, I've instilled in you advice and words of wisdom week after week. And no better advice will come to you out of this mouth than what I'm about to tell you right now. When I worked at a thrift store and people would donate toilets, I I was excited. And let me tell you something. If you're ever moving a toilet with a two-wheeler, no matter how you put it on that two-wheeler, it's going to fall off that two-wheeler. Thrift store pickups, let's get to it. Big haul this week. Probably the biggest haul in the show's history. We're going to start with the games here. It's Scooby-Doo Betrayal at Mystery Mansion. Thank you. Castle Panic. Century 21 Real Estate for Sale, a real estate game. Wasn't going to get it, but looked it up on eBay. Weren't too many postings, so now that's either because nobody wants it or it's maybe hard to find. Either way, it was $4. So I went for it. Again, little tips and tricks as I am the thrift store master, and perhaps I'm preaching to the choir to you, the viewers. But if you ever wonder if something is worth something and you look it up on eBay, don't look it up in the current postings, because that's just what somebody wants for it. Look it up in the sold, I'm working this price tag off nicely. Look it up in the sold listings, because then you know what people have been paying for it and what it's going for. You guys might know that, but some of you might not. Anyways, that's far too much information about the Century 21 real estate game. Next one, for my wrestling people, I think you'll know what this is. This is the second, not the first one, the second edition of the WWF Trivia. And for some reason, for those that collect sports cards, at least I used to, I kind of still do, they are classifying these as wrestling cards. And in Series 1, there is a Rock and a Stone Cold, and that's their rookie card. Again, I'm not too sure how many interesting, valuable cards are in Series 2, but this was $5, and I'm sure if I graded the wrestling cards, they would be worth something. So again, I'm still looking for the first Series 1 of that, the first edition. I'm going to find it, and then I will buy it as well. Great story, Colin. Moving forward, Inward. I actually thought this was an old password game, but looking closely, it's called Inward. Very similar to the password games. I don't know if you guys are deep into the board games, but I'm almost certain you get some of the word, and then it's like a hangman thing. You have to guess the letters. Moving forward, Villainous. Marvel Villainous. Again, this is one of the newer games, and this was probably a pretty penny when whoever bought this in Walmart bought it in Walmart. They paid a pretty penny. Let's go around in circles on that one. I'm meticulously taking off the prices in front of you guys when I don't. So leave it alone, Colin. Leave it be. Anyways, that's one of those read the instructions and then finally know how to play it after hours of figuring it out. Cards and tokens and you know what I'm saying. We've covered that in the other ones. This game is literally falling apart, but you cannot pass it up. Let me take off the elastic band because the bottom of this is actually broken. But folks, you know Robert Blake. You love him, you hate him. He might have murdered someone. It's Beretta. And that's part of the bottom of it. Anyhoot, this is going for a pretty penny on eBay. Another tip for those looking up stuff on eBay, perhaps in the board game genre, if there are pieces of the game going for a pretty penny, then the whole game is probably worth something. This is all that's left of the bottom of it. So, yeah, we're going to shoot that into the top of it. And, yeah, that's Beretta. I've made a mess. Done with the games. Moving on to the knicky-knacks. We're going to do the CDs here. We'll go quickly through these. Asian Dub Foundation. Big Audio Dynamite, their second record. Kiss and Say Goodbye, the Best of the Manhattans. I probably couldn't tell you a song by the Manhattans, but you know when you put the CD in, you're like, oh, I didn't know they sang that. That's the greatest hits. Hidden Beach Recordings presents Unwrapped, Volume 4. No idea what this is. Absolutely no idea what this is. It could be a jazz thing, but it looked cool. And a lot of times I'll look it up on YouTube when I'm in the store and maybe listen to it on YouTube, see if it's good. You guys know Leon Redbone if you know Mr. Belvedere. He's bigger than that, but this is Leon Redbone's Christmas album. That's a must-have. A mysterious figure, if you look him up. Not much is known, but rumor has it he grew up in Toronto. Any hoot. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Let's Groove. Def Jazz. Again, another compilation of something I don't know much about, but I'm assuming it's hip-hop and jazz put together, so you can't go wrong with that. This is some underground hip-hop, I would assume. Ming and FS Subway Series. I'm always up for something I've never heard of. I gotta stop with the price tags, guys. And then a lot of electronica house music compilations. It's a bit of a gamble because for me, house music is a real fine line. It's either really good or, my God, turn that song off. Okay? You can't have too much piano. You lose me, if you want my opinion. And clearly you do, because you're tuning into the greatest YouTube show on YouTube, Colin from Canada's Good Junk. Moving forward into the DVD Blu-ray section of the haul, Steven Seagal, Above the Law and Hard to Kill. I gave Jason over at the New 80s Revolution my Hard to Kill, so we picked up that. I have to ask Jason if he has this. Again, he probably already does, but this is the Monster Squad double disc DVD. That's for my father, the legend. 14 war stories. We know what happened in World War II. We know who won, we know who lost, but my dad needs to see every story and every film footage and everything to do with World War II. I think a lot of your parents or fathers are like that as well. Moving forward, Delta Force 1 and 2, Chuck Norris, hello. Collateral Damage Blu-ray. Paul Blu-ray. Ong Bak 2 Blu-ray. Bruce Willis Hostage Blu-ray. South Park Imagination Land. Tiger Woods PGA Tour 07 on the Wii. Get Smart DVD. Lego Marvel Superheroes for the Xbox 360. Again, I don't usually get DVDs of major motion pictures because I'd rather have the Blu-ray. But the first few that I went through were $1 each at the library. So, I mean, again, Monster Squad double disc for $1. Come on now. And Get Smart, I think that was $0.25 at the Goodwill. So, that is the DVD Blu-ray portion. One book purchased this week. These always grab my attention. I'm sure you remember these. These are the Mercenary, this is Phoenix Force number 33, Ninja Blood. The Force battles an ancient Japanese death cult. I am not shitting you. Okay? Shall I read the back? I'm going to have to take off the price tag, but we need to read the back here. Perhaps I'll stop the camera and take this sticker off. I have taken the sticker off. Again, at the back, just Train to Kill, not part of the title, it has nothing to do with it. Train to Kill. I move forward. The quiet Kyoto streets erupt in savage violence as a Japanese industrialist and his bodyguards are slaughtered in a gangland-style execution. All the evidence points to an American ninja, a one-time ally of Phoenix Force. Katz and his commandos embark on a deadly mission to the land of the rising sun for a final showdown with Trio, the dreaded Asian terror syndicate. Feelings run high when the men of the Force face a life and death choice. Clear their friend of involvement with Trio or kill him. I mean, I could do a whole episode just reading this to you guys. I won't. You guys know about the Android boxes? You know, you can put video games on them and you can put programs on there so you can watch stuff in the comfort of your home. And would you look at that, there's 2 in this one box. I wonder how that happened. Anyways, a lot of, I won't go into the details because this will bore you, but they're always good for messing around with. You can do retro video games. Have I attempted to do that? No. Do I have about 50 of these at home? Yes. Okay, hold on. It's all about image, guys. It's all about image. And again, these are always part of the thrift store pickups, but I don't usually include them. The blank DVDs, I'm always picking those up. Last. Another digital photo frame that plays video. I was so jazzed about the gift that I gave Jason over at the New 80s Revolution. Again, haven't said it in a few episodes, but if you haven't watched the New 80s Revolution, you need to stop this video and you need to go over there and you got to watch that first. That's the rules, okay? Anyways, I was so jazzed about the creation that I gave Jason that I decided, why don't I do one for myself? So this will be a project that I will do and then perhaps present to you all as a segment complete with full bumpers on what I put on there to view in the comfort of my own home. And that has been Thrift Store Pickups. Every video I film, I find something wrong with myself. That's positive body image, folks. Early on, it was saying a lot. I think I've kiboshed that a little bit. That turned into the slouching. Also, the nose itching, the fiddling with the nose. Folks, if it's not one thing, it's another thing. I don't know. It's time for let's go through my camera roll. Guys, it's time to go through the camera roll. So let's go through the camera roll. Photo number 1. This is a dental office up the road from me. I don't know if there's a turf war with the neighbor beside them, but pretty close signage happening there. That is Dr. I'm gonna butcher this. Dr. Marie Gochen Garosp. We do catering services for all occasions. Yeah. Photo number 2 is a young Colin from Canada, I believe 8 months old, just working that camera, folks. Gaze into those eyes and get lost in the humor that is already brewing in his heart and his mind. Okay, photo number 3. If you had a business and you were starting up and you needed business cards, you would probably want to make sure that the most important word in the business card was spelt correctly. This reminds me of the upside down license plate. You know what I'm talking. He's going for computer repair, but they forgot the P. So if you have any commuters that need repaired, hit it. Photo 4. Another thrift store find. Folks, do you need a bad radio for your shower? Because for $4.99 in the lamp section, we got one. Bad radio. I like to finish strong. This is another, I know people have favorites, and this is one of them. Another conversation with one of my poker players. I got the conversation over here. I'm going to read it here. This is absolutely out of nowhere. This has not been altered at all. 5:08 p.m. I have this plan that's at the top of my head. Don't charge the customer. It's a free service for whom wants a ride. And then I don't know. 2 hours and 10 minutes later, scrap that plan. I just saw the news in Manitoba. They were all going to casino, and now they are being investigated. Scrap it. No rides. I reply with okay, and then he gives me the thumbs up. I assure you, this is real. I also assure you, you've just watched Let's Go Through My Camera Roll. Shoulder shimmy. Ladies and gentlemen, my father's name is John Riddell. And he is a man of many, many talents, be it insurance, fishing knowledge, knowledge of World War II, the ability to fix most things. That is the man, the legend, John Riddell. He's also an inventor, okay? Not really an invention, this is kind of off topic. When we used to cross the border into Buffalo and he would try to smuggle booze back because he thought the border was going to toss the car, he would empty out a antifreeze bottle and put the booze in the antifreeze. You're playing with fire with that one, Dad. Any hoot! This is an invention that my dad created. For those items that you don't want to lose, you have to keep them together. So when you wonder, now where did I put that so-and-so, you will know where they are because my dad created this. After careful consideration and the fact that the motto of the episode is on the back burner, and the fact that I forgot to bring in a poster this week, we're down one segment. So for this week only, I repeat, this week only, may I present to you Colin from Canada, Master Impressionist. For this segment, ladies and gentlemen, I will be behind the camera doing my masterful impression of the wind. I repeat, my impression of the wind. This week's clip of the week takes us to the squared circle. Yes, that's right, professional wrestling. I don't think enough mention towards one of my loves is put forth on the show here at Colin from Canada's Good Junk. So let's do a little talk about wrestling. For those of my viewers who aren't into professional wrestling, there is a thing called a promo. And a promo is done to let you, the viewer, know exactly how much one wrestler perhaps despises another wrestler and how great this upcoming match will be. So you should buy a ticket or buy the pay-per-view in this day and age. And I don't even know if they have pay-per-views anymore. It's been a while since I watched wrestling. But any hoot, I'm mad at him. We're going to fight. You know what I'm saying? And this is quite possibly the single greatest promo in the history of modern professional wrestling. Folks, it's Jumpin' Jeff Farmer. If you know, you know. It's this week's Clip of the Week.
Earlier we talked to Jumpin' Jeff Farmer. Let's go now to that interview. Folks, there's Jumpin' Jeff Farmer. Jeff, a while back, what a match you had with Motley.
Yep. Probably the hardest match I ever had in my life. But I don't like it when things aren't going my way. Motley Cruz, you turn the tables on me. You turn the tables in a wrong way. You got me mad now. I've stood around. I've listened to everything you had to say. I've did everything necessary. But when you turn around and you backstab me one way or another, and you cheat me out of what's rightfully mine, that's when I get angry. Now I'm the one doing the challenging. I'm issuing a challenge to you, Motley Cruz. Get in the ring with me. This time, I'm going full force.
Jumpin' Jeff Farmer. Now let's go to the ring.
Lester, it seems every episode I'm apologizing to you, and this episode is no different. I would like to reach out my hand and apologize. Who handshakes and apologizes? I don't know what this means. I'd like to apologize to you directly, again, Lester, for berating you as a producer and not being able to get the inroads to the City TV News, the CFTO News, the CBC News. These are Canadian, Ontario mostly, networks to show my news. Folks, not you. This guy here, Lester, we don't need them. We don't need them. Okay? The news will stay here. It doesn't need to go national. They don't deserve it. The people don't deserve it. All the peons that watch the regular news don't deserve it. Have I gone on too long already? You're goddamn right I have.
We tried to reach out to the man who died in this pursuit. They were unavailable for comment.
Lester, believe me, there is no need for Cheryl to give me any type of gift for the exposure that I have given her here on the channel. No, I'm sure she makes a great hamburger helper. I do love hamburger helper, but it is completely unnecessary. She will always have a home here at Colin from Canada's Good Junk, as will you, okay? There's no gifts needed.
Now see that young man back there? That is Investigator Schaefer, badge number 1193. Clap for him, because he protects you guys from people like me.
Before I throw to the bumper on this next segment, I'd like to call upon you, my loyal viewers, perhaps young and old, perhaps new to the channel. This is your first time putting your eyes on this kisser. Welcome, again. This message is for you to get out and vote. I'm not talking political. I'm talking Colin from Canada's Good Junk Show and Tell weekly poll. Again, rolls right off the tongue. We have 11 votes currently, but this week I want more. Show and tell. It's time for show and tell, my little pretties. As the time stands now, it's 3:31 in the PM on a Wednesday, March 12th, and the poll stands at this. 11 total votes. It is 8-3 for your champion, the Delta Force Pizza Hat. Folks, I can't really tell you how many, 3, 4, this will be a third win in a row? Okay. They are beating the Prestige Worldwide Boats and Hose flag, again, 8-3. But it is time to introduce this week's challenger to the champion. Do I walk through the door, or does it just instantly appear? Folks, it's just a fur hat. It's just a really warm, big, nice fur hat. Again, goes with really any ensemble, any fashion statement you're looking to make. You cannot go wrong with this hat. Why do I buy these things is what you're asking yourself. And the answer to that question is, I have no clue, okay? If it's odd, if it's different, I think this is awesome. Well, someone might think, what the hell is that on his head? And what type of fur is that? Folks, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I asked my parents, I think one of them said muskrat. We're not too sure. I thought beaver, but my dad said it was too late to be beaver. What does he know? He knows a lot, including the safe place. He knows about where to put things. Okay. Guys, this is the challenger. I can't, do I have it on backwards? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Is that the back? I think that's the front. That's the front. If someone is a connoisseur or experts of fur hats and they could tell me whether or not this is the front or the back, that would be dynamite. I think I got this on correctly. Folks, that's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is, it's your decision if this moves forward. Does it have enough? The other items haven't. None of the other previous items have had enough to dethrone our champion, the Delta Force Pizza hat. This is another hat of sorts. Folks, the choice is yours. I've talked enough about this ridiculous hat, but a warm hat. Do your thing, guys. Make the right decision. When the pop duo Milli Vanilli had to give back their Grammys for not truly singing on the album, why didn't they just give the Grammys to the real people who sang on the album? For his very welcome that he... Okay. And to, much like your wife, that I have him appearing on the... Lester, I am in your state, but all the exposure I've... Again, you know, they're asking the price, but you should, yeah. Store and you're ever curious. 20th century, try again, son. Lester, I believe, Lester, it seems, if he thinks I live, beep, pop, pop. Adjust the toque for the millionth time. You think I need to get a new, gotta stop slouching, you gotta stop slouching. Ladies, in my what can I tell you? What can I tell you? I was very how grateful I am. Gaze your eyes into this world. I refuse to come on here week after week and get emotional. But if that's what it takes to continue to push the show forward, I will. Another one. Frankie and Johnny. Gone. What is it going to take for these people to realize the genius that lurks underneath this toque? I don't know. I don't know. I've shown through the quality of this programming that this is in fact the place to be. Frankie and Johnny don't seem to think that, and that's okay. That's their right. But damn it, can I go 7 days? Can I go a full 7 days with a sponsor in my back pocket? But maybe things will change. You have to think positive, right? That's what they say. Think positive. Well, I am going to think positive as I present to you, my fellow viewers, what I hope to be a permanent sponsor here at Colin from Canada's Good Junk. That's all I have. I can only hope. I can only hope and believe. Believe and hope. Hope and believe. It's not a 70s R&B duo. It's the facts. I must believe. I must hope. And therefore, hope and believe. 2 minutes in. This is this week's sponsor. Roll it, Lester.
Another day begins. What could be better than to start it off with a trip to Dickey's Donuts? We bake a wide variety of donuts fresh each morning just for you. Because no matter who you are or what you do, you deserve to start the day off with freshness and variety. But don't take our word for it. Ask the experts. Not him. Her. Anytime, any day. Dickey's starts it off fresh. Dickey's Donuts, conveniently located near you.
Lester, the snore strap. Again? You forgot. Me. No. You're the producer. Next week, my friend. Let's please remember. And now the end is near. And so it's time for the goodbyes, guys. It's been a hell of an episode. You know, every week I barely have stuff planned. Like I know what the clip is going to be. I know what the news is going to be. I know it, but the banter with Lester is all improv. Anytime I'm talking to you about to go into a thing, that's all off the top of my head. I have nothing. So I'm a little apprehensive sometimes when I'm filming, but always at the end of it, I think, okay, that was pretty good. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I start so negative. Like, what am I doing? This is drivel. This is idiotic. And it is. But I turn it around. By the end of it, I actually, I like that part. No, that was funny right there, and that was pretty good. So I hope you guys feel the same way, and you continue to watch on a weekly basis as I produce, whatever the hell this is. Thank you for tuning in. And tell a friend. Tell a friend. You know what you're going to tell? You know what you're going to tell that friend? I know what you're going to tell that friend. You know what you're going to tell that friend. You know it's coming. It's about to come out of my mouth. I got to get centered in the chair. Fix the shirt. Don't slouch. The pepperettes are a firm $12. There is no haggling. Die Paper Rates seien steifig $12 ein Aufdinger.